Yo, so today I want to talk to y'all about the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 4 RM Grandma's Driveway Fence Green. But before we get into that shoe specifically in this project, which I've loved, the rollout, the actual shoe itself, the story behind it, I want to take y'all back to 1989. So the original Air Jordan 4 released in 1989, as most of us know already. The black and red colorway of the Jordan 4 debuted at the NBA All-Star Game in Houston in 1989.
The Astrodome in Houston, Texas, the site of the 39th annual All-Star Game.
Though Michael Jordan's high-wire act electrifies the...
Rest in peace to the Astrodome. Tinker had just come off of creating the legendary, iconic, phenomenal Air Jordan 3 that saved so much in his sneaker space. And so he wanted to, have some of that same vibe going on with the 4, but with focus on more functionality, being more durable, and having more breathability. But one thing that really solidified the Jordan 4 as a symbol of pop culture was its appearance in Do the Right Thing.
Yo!
And pairing it with some of the most famous, infamous Mars Blackman commercials.
This you can buy. You cannot do this. Can.
We fast forward to today, and we have a remix version of that shoe. Let's get into some of the details of it first, and then we'll dive into the story. On the upper, we have the retooled cage. The new buck material used is straight butter. The mini swoosh, cannot forget the mini swoosh. The legendary air bubble and midsole from the original Jordan 4. Like, this shoe just came together so well. I think that it's so cool that Nigel was able to add his spin on the Nike Air with the Bike Air. Any other time I would have thought that this heel had too much going on, like it's too crowded, but I actually like the touch with the mini Jumpman. Bike Air by Jordan on the tongue, standard Jordan 4 bottom with a pop of red to add contrast. The stickers are such a nice touch. The stickers took me way back, dog. Like, do y'all remember putting stickers on y'all backpacks, skateboards, bikes? Then you have your Bike Air on top of the box, and then on the inside you have Nigel's Go logo, a nod to his brand, a nod to his film series that captures and tells the story of him riding in some of the dopest places globally and pulling off some of the sickest stunts. The box paper showcasing baby Nigel in his grandmother's driveway, and then this gradient material on the box, man. Nike, Jordan brand, y'all knocked out the details and the feel on this box. Like, listen to that. And then the subtle bike logo tucked away inside of the heel tab. This shoe, as I stated, I love the story behind it. I love the rollout for it, the marketing, the film. It's been great to see Nigel's directorial debut with this project. Collaborated with Nike SB, Jordan brand before, but now officially signed to Jordan brand. As you may know, Nigel has been a pro BMX athlete for a very long time, growing his brand, growing his infamy by way of creative social media videos, projects. A fun fact that, it may not be well known is Nigel doesn't compete. Like, he doesn't compete in BMX. Like I said, he does everything from his very creative content and just the tricks that he films himself accomplishing. Like, that is how he built himself into being one of the most well-respected and well-known BMX athletes of all time. Which brings us to his remix of the Air Jordan 4. It was a shoe, when I first saw it, I wasn't really fond of it. Like, I was like, okay, here we go again. We saw the Spizikes, we saw the Dub Zeros, we saw the Fusions. And I owned a pair of each one of those series and each one of those mashups and each one of those remixes and whatever you might want to call it. I owned a pair of each one. And so I was like, man, here we go again with this, you know? And looking at this shoe as it continued to be unveiled, and when we finally got to Nigel, we finally got the chance for Nigel to tell the story of it. And I was hooked. Having the opportunity to shoot the shoe in his grandmother's actual driveway, the driveway he grew up in, the driveway that he fell in love with biking and BMXing, like, that resonated with me so much. Like, that's just, I know it was an amazing thing to do. And then, as I stated earlier, it was his directorial debut. And then who he got to portray his grandmother, like, always will be affectionately known as Harriet off of Family Matters to me.
Mr. Benton, when you came here, you told us that we were a team and that you were our coach. Well, sir, a good coach is supposed to encourage his team, not destroy their confidence.
A good coach gets the best from his players.
Oh, well, coach, you funneled the ball.
But having Jo Marie Payton as the actress for his grandmother to portray his grandmother, like, that was crazy. It brought so many childhood memories back. It just really was perfect. Like, it couldn't have been created or done any better way than what it was. And so, yeah, like, it was the campaign. It gave me those feelings of old Nike campaigns, but mixed with modernization, like mixed with something new. New technology, of course, so it's a lot crisper, but it was still a beautiful story, a beautiful campaign, a beautiful commercial. And I've been noticing Nike doing that a lot more lately, and I hope that they continue to pour into their marketing bag moving forward, because honestly speaking, that's one of the things I missed. And again, like I said, this really resonated with me because, I mean, growing up in my grandparents' house, of course, when I was younger, I said my granny house, even though both my grandfather and my grandmother owned their home. But it was just granny house. Like, it just associated to, we going to granny house, right? I just remember doing all things, everything in that driveway. Like, falling in love with animals happened in that driveway. Having my first dog, playing with my first puppy happened in that driveway. Scraping my knee for the first time, scraping my elbow for the first time happened in that driveway. You know, family cookouts, family functions, watching my grandfather work on his trucks, his cars, learning from him how to work on cars and trucks. That driveway held so many memories. And of course, playing with my cousins, my brothers, my cousins, and everything like that. But it just unlocked so many memories that, of course, were still there, but really had been just locked away and just hadn't been thought about in a very long time. I mean, I remember wrecking my mom's car in that driveway. Like, it was it was one Thanksgiving, right before my birthday. I think Thanksgiving fell on my birthday that year. And they wanted me to, I hadn't learned how to drive yet, but I was like, yeah, I could back your car out. Bagged it right into the light pole and smashed the back of her car. And so, like, this is what it's really all about. The storytelling, the love of, you know, the love that was poured into this shoe, this project was felt and it was seen. And that makes me look forward to the driveway gray pair. Like, at this point, I don't really be caring about complete sets and nothing like that, but the fence green pair, wonderfully executed. Shout out to everybody that was a part of the project that made it happen. Tell me your thoughts below on this shoe, on the rollout. Was there something that stood out to you, that resonated with you about it? And let's chat about it. Till next time, peace.